Alright, I'm going to talk a few minutes about chickens and chicken coops and raccoons and weasels and all that good stuff. So, about 2 months ago, we had gone into town after our chickens had been outside in a coop with a little run place where they could run. And we were gone a couple hours. We came home, they're all out of the coop, out in the middle of the yard, and we could tell right away that they all weren't there. So we had one that was actually sitting right here on the ground, not moving at all, bleeding blood everywhere. And there were 3 other ones that were missing. So I walked up around. At that time, the wood pile was not there. I had a pallet. There were 2 chickens under the pallet. You could see them sticking out that were dead already. And then around the other side of the pallet, in the back corner of my shed, there was another chicken that was already dead. This weasel, that ended up being a weasel, I didn't know that at the time, tried to drag him under the shed. But anyway, so I walked up back around that pallet, and as I did that, I saw something run under the pallet. At this point, I had my .22 Ruger in my hand, because I figured it was either a weasel or a raccoon. So I picked the pallet up, and he poked his head out from around the edge on the back corner. And I was fortunate enough that he was only 3 feet away, and I got him. I shot him. So I'm going to show you what I have. I made these years ago, and they work pretty well. I think I'm going to go up here. Let me show you the chicken coop first. We moved it down here. But here are the chickens. We had 17. There's my little guy right there. That's Chewy. We call him Chewbacca. But anyway, we had 17. 4 of them were taken by that weasel in just a couple hours that we were gone. So I'm going to show you. I have weasel boxes that I made years ago when I was trapping weasels up back by the stone wall. They're very simple to make. This is 16 inches long by 6 inches high, I think, and 5.5 inches wide, with a 2-inch hole in the front and a door that slides like this. You can put a wire and hold it closed, or you can set a rock on it. I'm going to set a rock on this one. And what goes in here is a rat trap. You can get these at Walmart. They're $3 or $4, I think. They're not bad to buy. And all you do, I'm going to pull that staple out, and I probably can't do it because I didn't bring. Oh, I got it. I'll throw it right back in the box. Make sure it's tipped down so you can see. These are dangerous. If you get your fingers caught in one of these, you're going to have a vocabulary that you probably didn't know you had. They're kind of tricky to get in here, but I'm going to try to set this in here like this. And drop that down like that without setting it off. I leave it like 3 inches back away from the hole. And then I have a little bit of weasel lure. But I don't think I've ever even used this. It's got a pretty good odor to it. It really does. Mix it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line a little bit on this hole like that. And I'm going to throw this right in the back. And you can put bait in here too. You can put a small piece of chicken or any fresh meat. I mean, they like fresh meat. Take that, close your cover, don't move it around too much. Kind of disguise it in here. Let's set that right there. And I'm going to grab this rock right here and set that right on top of there. And that's all you do right there. They work excellent for weasels. And a weasel will absolutely eradicate your flock of chickens in no time. So we're going to leave that set there. We're also having a problem with raccoons. In the last couple of weeks, I've caught two. I mean, you look out here at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and there'll be raccoons out here just sitting in front of the chicken coop staring at the chickens. Nope, not going to deal with that. So they come down here, down back. These are big coons too, they're big raccoons. Alright, this is where we do this. I'm going to pull that out. Clean all the leaves out. Let's move this rock back up here like that. Dig out our bait hole. And clean that out trap bed. Now raccoon, they're not as finicky at all as fox and coyote are. So looks like some old bait. I mean, your trap doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be extremely flat on the ground, or it doesn't, you don't have to make sure that it don't move at all, as you kind of want to do when you're trapping fox and coyote. But raccoons will absolutely destroy a chicken coop. And we're just not going to deal with it. Alright, clean that out. Let's clean this out. And I like to have my trap back, roughly 4 to 6 inches away from the edge of my bait hole. I don't get real fussy with it because you really don't have to. This is a number 2 Victor. It works really well. Real sensitive trap. It's a really nice trap. It works good. Okay, and I'm going to offset that. I want that like that. I mean, I don't, if it moves a little bit, it's alright. I don't want it moving a lot, but I'm not going to get real fussy about it moving some. I try to bed them so that they don't move a whole lot. Sometimes you just can't. Yeah, the chickens know I'm down here helping them out. Alright, so I'm going to take a leaf, put that over the trap like that. Let's get some dirt sifted over this. Now my cubby that we trap, cubby that we set, is right up back. I mean, it's maybe 100 yards that way. I don't even think it's that far. That is an excellent place up there. I've caught bobcat, coyote, fisher, raccoon, gray fox. I mean, I've caught everything up there. It's a great location. And I'll be doing a video coming up real soon on rebuilding that cubby and getting that set up, because that will be opening up another 9 days. So, alright, that looks pretty good. Let's do that. Now that's the chain right there. I don't care too much about it showing the little throw. Yeah, we'll do that. Kind of help deter them a little bit, maybe. Like try to make sure the pan's covered for the most part. Not real important with, yeah, I hear you, bud. Not real important with raccoons. It's really not. This works really well. And they're really cheap, and hell, they're even really good to eat. Chicken Vienna sausages. Raccoons absolutely love these. So I'm going to take that. Take them out. Dump those down in the hole. And I'm not just dumping this out because the juice that is in here, I'm going to spread up on the top. I want them to smell that up here. Alright, let's close that off. Okay, we're going to do that. I wish I had one more rock. I did have, I don't know where it went. And then I'm just going to take a couple of leaves and throw them in there. Just to maybe cover that just a little bit. Makes them work your set a little bit more. You got to work a little bit harder to get the bait. I mean, obviously that's not going to be real hard for them to get. But it'll keep them here. It'll keep them working it a little bit more. And that's what you want. You want them working your set so that they end up stepping on your trap and getting caught. Because they're absolutely destructive when it comes to chickens. I'm finding that out. And that's it for that. I don't put anything else with that. Nothing. That's good to go. I've caught 2 raccoon here already. In years past, I've actually caught a lot more, but in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, we've caught 2 here already. And I only set the trap on the weekends because I don't want to deal with it in the morning before I go to work. So, but the Weasel boxes, they're great. In fact, I'm going to try using those with the rat trap for mink. So I think those will work really good for mink too. I mean, they're obviously not a lot bigger than a weasel, but I think they'll work great for that too. But these are just a couple of things you can do to help protect your chickens. Weasel boxes are great. The rat traps are really cheap. Weasel boxes are very easy to make, and they work really well. So, but that's it. I wanted to share this video with you guys. I know a lot of people have chickens, and I know a lot of people have problems with these animals getting in and killing them. So these are just a couple things that you can do that'll help, and they work really well. So, good morning everyone. So, last night we set the Weasel box. Let's run up here, Dennis, real quick. I don't expect to be anything in it, but I'll take a quick look at it anyway. Yeah, it's okay, I think. Yeah, hold on. Might be a mouse in it, I'm not sure. Yes, we caught a mouse in a Weasel box. Alright, we're going to leave that for right now. We'll come back and take care of that in a minute. So, down with the foot trap for the raccoons. Failed to mention one other critter that will get into your chicken coop and raise holy havoc with those. And this is the second one of these that we've caught too. This is a big guy. It's a possum. It's a really big possum. Yep. So he's caught in the back foot. These things will get in your chicken coop as well and make their day not so wonderful. So, alright, I wanted to show this. We're going to, my son's going to dispatch this, and we're going to reset this tonight, and we'll have it going again. Alright, that's going to be it for now. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.